Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about Hunter Biden's laptop, or really to talk about the House Republican conference and their efforts to gin up a scandal where none exists. So we had the first hearing, and I think there are going to be others involving Hunter Biden's laptop, but this was a really particular one. The people there that the House Republicans wanted to slap around were representatives of Twitter, mainly Twitter. There's also the story involves the New York Post. And what happened is the New York Post ran a story about Hunter Biden and the laptop, and Twitter decided temporarily not to reproduce it because it might have been false. In fact, it wasn't false. It made sense to run it, and they did run it. But the House Republicans tried to suggest something was nefarious here. Now let's take a step back and appreciate how far they are from any valid point. So first of all, Hunter Biden, a private citizen. And second of all, this conduct involving his laptop is nearly 5 years old and was at a time when he was really struggling deeply with drugs. The only possible relevance of a House Oversight Committee asking Twitter about this would be if they could find something where the president of the United States was treated with favoritism, attempted to ask for favoritism, anything like that. And in fact, they did try to make that suggestion. They pushed very hard on Twitter to insinuating that the reason that certain things were taken down, including, it got very lurid here, a naked picture of Hunter Biden. There was a long exchange involving this. Twitter calmly and methodically explained, we got none of a request from the government to take this down. It's our normal procedure. We got a request from many people, including private entities related to the Bidens. Hey, can you please apply your normal policy and take off this naked picture of Hunter Biden, the censorship of which I think they want to claim is some terrible deprivation of the First Amendment or something, that we didn't all get to see and reproduce a naked picture of Hunter Biden, and then also tried to say that the Twitter's decision not to run with the New York Post story temporarily was the same thing. And in fact, there was nothing there. Twitter made very clear we didn't, and they were just making up out of thin air. We didn't get any request from the FBI. This is just part of our normal protocol, and that's why we temporarily and mistakenly they fell on their sword here. Didn't do the New York Post story. Also, why we took down the naked picture of Hunter Biden, and they were polite and calm, but it was really revealed to be a completely nothing story, nothing in and of itself, insofar as it involved, simple application of their regular policies, and nowhere close to something about the only thing that could matter, which is, influence peddling or the like by the president of the United States. They must have known all this in advance, and it didn't stop them from holding this hearing, I presumably in the hope that just some people will hear Hunter Biden, Twitter, FBI, and somehow tag Biden with the conduct in some completely unfair way. One other really telling indication of the House Republicans yesterday, you may have seen at the State of the Union, you had such a, I don't mean to be an old fuddy-duddy, but my Lord, about 8 years ago, somebody called out liar, and everyone was, completely stupefied. Here, especially Marjorie Taylor Greene, spent the whole time just haranguing Biden and screaming at him, liar and the like. And in fact, part of the big storyline of the State of the Union is how adroitly he turned her insults into points for the Democratic side and the administration side. But I thought it really illustrated the basic dynamic that we're in the middle of, and really is a just infringement of liberty and just decorum from the House Republican Congress. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene, as she said today, she got a lot of supporting emails from whom? Members of her ruby red district and MAGA types across the country. Now, I think by far the majority of the country sees that kind of conduct and is really turned off, if not repelled. But for the sort of local, small scale retail calculation of the Marjorie Taylor Greenes, that's great, because it just plays well in the power base that they have to worry about. First and foremost, their own districts, and then more generally the Trump MAGA crowd. So it's how we happen to have a really kind of debased, ugly, and deeply dishonest culture now driving the majority in the House. Okay, sad to say, we have not heard the last of Hunter Biden's laptop. Very far from it, in fact. There'll be more on it. When it does, I'll be back. Until then, talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.